Wow. Wow. Night 2. Well, technically night 3, but I'm just going to go ahead and consider last night as night 1 and tonight as night 2. Two big highlights with today. Two fantastic highlights. Highlight number 1 is karaoke. We went out to karaoke after work today, and it was the most fun I have had in a very, very long time. It was absolutely amazing. We sat there and we sang songs. I actually, I had a chance to perform, I Believe in a Thing Called Love by The Darkness. It was a song that was suggested to me by an old friend of mine named Allie. Back when her and I used to karaoke, she said, "Oh, you should totally do this song." And I just never really had a chance to until tonight, and I rocked it. So fucking amazing. Well, I don't know how to edit, so that's going up on YouTube. Oh well. Second big thing about tonight, Balut. I had it. Still burping up chunks of baby duck. Not a great taste. Well, the burping up anyway. Well, eating it, it was just fine. I mean, you start with well, for those of you that don't know, balut is fertilized duck egg that's been allowed to mature to a certain point and then cooked. Well, the first thing that you have to do is you have to crack the egg open just a little bit. It sort of has the feel of a hard-boiled egg, so you're just really only ripping open the I guess it's the embryonic sac, and then you drink the juices that are there. It wasn't all that bad. It was a lot like chicken broth, except with obviously more of a duck flavor to it. And then you peel away a little more of the shell so that you can get a spoon in there, and you just sort of scoop out the rest of it. There are 3 parts to the rest of it. There's obviously the embryo of the baby duck, which tasted like duck with the consistency of duck with just slightly undercooked rice. There was a bit of a crunch to it, which I was informed after having eaten it that after having eaten it, that is actually the duck bill. It's the beak of the duck that was crunching. Pretty gross, but I had already eaten it. What was I going to do about it? And then the third part is actually no. There's 3 parts to the inner part. The first part is the embryo. The second part is the yolk. And the yolk, I've never really been a big fan of just raw egg yolk after it's been hard-boiled. I'm not a big fan of hard-boiled eggs. Yes, I love deviled eggs, but that's because there's so much flavor added to the yolk of a deviled egg that you can barely taste the yolk. So I was a little grossed out with that part. And then the third part is this hard, kind of chewy mass. I don't know what it was. People were saying things to me. They said it in some Philippines language that I didn't understand, and I didn't want to question it any more than I already had. Especially after the whole duck bill clarification, which was not pleasant. But it was an experience that I wanted to have, and now that I've had it, I can safely say that I will never have to have it a second time. Let's see. It was an absolutely amazing day. The students in our class are just so quick to pick up a lot of these projects, and I'm a little concerned because when looking at the syllabus for tomorrow, we've actually already covered almost everything. We actually had to bring in a couple things from the syllabus for tomorrow into today's lesson plan just to fill out the rest of the day and impress upon the students that we were completely prepared for this trip, which, as you can tell, seeing how I'm running out of stuff to teach them, we obviously were not completely prepared for how quickly they were going to be able to learn this stuff. I actually had them by the end of the class with obviously a lot of help from Mike. He must have either been a teacher before in his life or a teacher in a previous life, because he was able to take the class into a position that my straight lecturing was just not getting the point across with at all. And for that, I thank him. There is actually video. You know what, let me get to that later. But finishing up with this, they are picking up really quickly with the class, and by the end of today, we actually had them at the point where they were making auctions in eBay with little to no guidance from Mike or myself, which was absolutely stupendous. This is exactly what we wanted with a group here in the Philippines, and the fact that I can give them a task and know that it'll get done with little to no problem without me having to hold their hand is just exactly what we needed, and absolutely fantastic. I'm going to go ahead and adjust because it's kind of annoying that I can't see the top of my head. I can only imagine how obnoxious that is for you people watching at home. There is video of me eating the Balut. I believe it was called B-A-L-U-T. Really need to get rid of those burps because that is really gross burps. Good going down, not fantastic coming back up. So I do have video of that, and I will be posting that as soon as I can find a way to pry it off of Jack's phone. I also have tons of pictures, none of them taken with my crummy little piece of junk phone, but actually taken with what looked like a Galaxy S phone that Jack actually has. Again, I'll be getting pictures from him as soon as I can, posting them up on my Facebook page. It was really a really fun night. I look forward to working with this team again tomorrow and having goodness knows what adventures with them again in the future. Honestly, even if the rest of this week turns into me coming straight from home back to this hotel room and making a video for you guys, my entire vacation was tonight. It was that astounding. And this isn't even a vacation. I mean, I'm getting paid to be out here, which is just freaking phenomenal. And I am absolutely loving it. Thanks also to Mike for footing the bill at the karaoke bar that we were at. Done slightly different than how I'm used to. I'm used to the karaoke being done in a open bar type scenario where everybody comes in and they sing and they suggest their songs to a KJ, and then the KJ builds up a queue and everybody goes up and sings in front of everybody else. However, this is done more in a style that was actually, I was informed earlier tonight, is actually more of the standard Japanese style, where you and your party get a room, get a TV, get some mics, and have a private karaoke party, which was actually a lot better because it allowed us to sing as many songs as we wanted in whatever order we wanted. The moment we found a song in the book, we shouted out the number to whoever it was that had the remote. They punched it in, and bam, it was added to the queue. There were a couple other things that happened with my flight in here that I forgot to cover last night. One of them was a pretty heavy nosebleed that I had coming in from Japan. Didn't have a single problem the whole 10-hour flight, I was coming from San Francisco into Tokyo, but the moment I left Japan, the moment I broke those clouds, my nose just exploded everywhere. Blood just all over the place. It was an absolute mess. And I don't know if you're ever going to see this person that was sitting in the seat next to me, but I do apologize for practically ripping the hot towel from your hands and using it to stop the eruption that was happening on my face. So, I hope you guys all have a great night. I hope you guys all had a great day. I'm going to go ahead and post this up to YouTube here as quick as I can. And have a good night. Talk to you later. Bye.